What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I just wanted to throw together a crazy impromptu stream just to test some things out because I haven't streamed and live streamed and chatted with you guys in a while. Just hanging out in the garage. Going to be playing some Stranger Things pinball on my Stranger Things pinball machine. I don't think I've streamed it or done anything on YouTube with it for like 4 or 5 months almost, it seems like. It's been a long time. I don't know. Time flies. But Jay Heath, I'm extremely jealous. You're sunning it up in Seattle. I've never been to Seattle. My wife's been, I think, like 4 times. So every time I get an idea of going to Seattle, she's like, "Yeah, I've seen and done it." And she's just, you know, she just blows me off every time. So that's why I've never made it out there. And secondly, I mean, sun and Seattle are typically not two synonymous things. So it's cool to hear that you're actually getting some decent weather up there. So enjoy that. So one of the things I did was I built a new like pinball streaming rig, which unfortunately you cannot see, but prior to this current rig I got set up, I was using like mic stands and it worked okay, but it wasn't the greatest. It was just one of those things, like it served its purpose when I wanted to record things, and every once in a while when I did live stream stuff, it worked all right. But this is much more stable, gives me more room. I've got things out of the way. I can actually nudge and move my machine and don't have to worry about knocking a mic stand over and then knocking a fancy camera off. So yeah, this will be better for me and better for my equipment overall, so I don't unnecessarily break things. But Dan, how's it going? Cool show, great presentation. Appreciate that. West Coast guy, all right. It is a sweet machine. I've enjoyed the crap out of it. Like I said, I got this in October. And I'm trying to remember what my play count is it now. I bought it like quasi-used from a guy that was well off financially, and he buys pinball machines, plays them for a little while, and then just sells them. I guess he's just like constantly in and out with his pinball machine and his collection or whatever. So he only put like 200, maybe 300 plays, I can't remember, but not a whole lot of plays on this machine, and sold it to me for a darn good price considering everything is crazy with pricing right now. And I've loved the crap out of this machine. I've played the crap out of this machine. I've seen and done everything there is to do, and I still play it almost daily because I enjoy it significantly. Brian Eddy game, so Brian Eddy famously, designed Attack from Mars, Medieval Madness, a bunch of other fantastic games. So this one is a very similar shot layout to Attack from Mars. So if you're a fan of Attack from Mars, you'll enjoy this. I got the fingers so you can see me when I cheat and nudge the crap out of this machine. Tilt bob is in there, so you can't accuse me of not having a tilt bob in this machine. Mods I've done to this machine are, for the most part, minimal. The main things I did was put art graphics inside, which you can probably not see. You can maybe see in the hand cam, but art graphics on the inside of the cabinet. I think literally every pinball machine should come with those. They just make it look so much better. And you're right, Jay Heath, it is a very expensive hobby. It's literally like buying a used car. Even today's used car market is crazy, but yeah, it's nuts to think how expensive some of these machines, especially the older ones. Like, it wasn't 10 years ago where you could buy an Addams Family for a couple grand, and now it's like a $12,000 machine, even though it's the most produced machine of all time. So it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But other mod I did to it was I added the ultraviolet UV kit. So there's a couple modes that activate this. So there's UV lights attached to the ramps on the side here, as well as into the apron right here, and it'll activate and everything will light up. And the playfield itself is printed with UV ink, so you get to see that all illuminated and things like that. I put glow-in-the-dark rubbers on this thing, so when the UV light kicks on, it looks even better because you get the glow-in-the-dark effect. Unfortunately, the UV mode only really happens every so often, and it only lasts like 15 seconds. So it's a very expensive mod. It's cool when it works, but for the most part, it doesn't go off in the game very often. Obsidian. Hello everyone. Anyone else make it to the Texas Pinball Festival this past weekend? I didn't. Wanted to for multiple reasons. I'm born and raised from Texas, so I would have loved to went there, visited family, and then played pinball. But my traveling is put a fork in it. I'm not allowed to travel until after the child is born, since my wife is several months pregnant, due in the next 4 to 6 weeks. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm not allowed to travel because of that. So wanted to go to Texas Pinball Fest. I saw a bunch of videos, watched a lot of recap videos. Everything looked cool. It looked like everybody had a blast. No real big news coming out of Texas Pinball Festival. I know a lot of people are hoping that Jersey Jack Pinball would announce their new game, and they didn't. So it is what it is, but I'll go ahead and hit the start button. I'm just going to casually play. Maybe we can put up some decent scores. My highest score on here is like 1.9 billion. We won't get anywhere near that because it's impossible for me to chat and play pinball simultaneously. So if we got like 500 million today just casually playing, I'd be happy with that. Oh, so you did go Obsidian. Cool. What was your number one thing you saw or played while you were out there? I'm poor, so Visual Pinball FX for you. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I've got a virtual pinball machine off camera off to the right. I play it a whole lot. It's great for, number one, learning the rules of tables. So when you go out and play them in the real world, you actually know what you're doing. And when you're shoving your quarters in the machine, you actually feel like you got some decent experience. And number two, yeah, it's a great cost-saving opportunity because you can build your own virtual pinball machine or just play it, with an Xbox controller on a desktop PC for pennies on the dollar compared to owning and operating a legit commercial machine. Obsidian, probably the Aliens machine, and the mod booth had really good mods for it. Oh, okay, so like, yeah, that was it like the Pinball Brothers or I can't remember, Highway Pinball. Can't remember the name of the company that makes that alien machine. I've seen it. It looks amazing. I've never seen one in person, so that's awesome that you got to play one. It's one of those machines that like, a pinball convention is probably the best opportunity for someone to actually get to experience that because there's not a whole lot of people that are going to have that out, in a route somewhere or in a barcade or anything. At least not in my area. I've still, to this day, never even played a Jersey Jack machine because I've never seen one in any of my local places that have pinball machines. They're all Stern machines or older machines. That's it. Nothing from any other companies. Shinobi Gaming, love playing this pin. The barcade by my house. Any expensive issues yet? So no, I've yet to have to do anything to it. I just do my regular maintenance, cleaning the play field, changing out the pinballs, changing out the rubbers. Nothing's broke, nothing snapped, nothing stopped working. I literally play it almost daily, so I mean, I've put it through the ringer and had all sorts of great, outcomes out of it. So I'm very happy with it overall. So you guys are gonna have to tell me once I hit the start button if the game audio needs to get louder or quieter because it's kind of hard for me to figure out. So you let me know. So I'll just casually test talk here so you can tell me if you can hear the game audio decently enough. Obviously when I start slapping around, you're gonna hear the slings and everything popping around too, so that'll get noisy. Skill shot, if you never played this game, you got the roving arrow. You gotta time your plunge, hit the drop target as the, arrow illuminates and you get your skill shot. If you get lucky and it ricochets over here into the saucer, it is a super skill shot, essentially. MXV skill shot's what it's called, and you get like 25 million for it. So, also saw the new Weird Al table. Yes, I saw lines out the wazoo for that one. Looked like everybody was anxious to, get their hands to play on that for the first time, which is its first public appearance. So, volume is good. All right, sweet. So we'll get started. Nail the skill shot real quick. And that was different. Most of the time it ricochets and bounces around, and that one went straight into that inner shot. And the ball is already stuck. Right there we go. Just needed to give it a little wiggle. Oh, that's coming back. That's fine. I shouldn't even have slapped the table. That's what ball saves are for. So I'm jealous you got to check out Weird Al. Because it looks very, very interesting. And that's definitely one of those things that I like the concept of the modular, swap out parts of the P3 playfield and everything. I think that's a really neat idea. I just, I'd have to definitely play several of those modular devices before I, convince myself to invest in it. Something like that, because they're just as expensive as all the other pinball machines out there in the market for the most part. So with it being the same price essentially, I definitely want to give it for a test drive. That's one thing that always blows my mind, people spending so much money on pinball machines, specifically new ones that they've never played. I'm just like, that is a gutsy call. Doug just say slap too soon? Oh my goodness, yes. Freaking talking about the Oscars last night. My God. Most of the time the Oscars are a very stuffy, boring affair for most people, but that's all anybody is talking about. I don't know how many companies I saw jumping on the meme bandwagon with the picture of Will as he's already slapped in, you know, Chris Rock's face like this, and I've probably seen like 9 different companies on social media today make some joke in reference to, you know, this is what happens when you don't buy our product or something like that. Just like everybody jumped on that bandwagon today. I mean, rightfully so. It was a shocking thing to occur. Definitely cause for some water cooler talk, but good Lord. We have a Canadian in the house. Well, well. So Doug, what's your favorite real pinball machine? Oh, Michael D. Always with the Diane Sawyer hard-hitting questions.
Hey, Pinball Joyce, you call me first.
I can't tell you that, Mike. I can't tell you that because, namely, I'm just a terrible guy to ask favorites for. Like, I went to film school and you asked me what my favorite movie is, and most of the time I still won't answer you. Same thing with video games, foods. I don't like picking favorites. But
Stop that.
I will say I anxiously am hoping to be able to answer that with a machine that is not yet made or does not exist. I keep hoping I can will into existence a Back to the Future machine from Stern Pinball, designed specifically by Keith Elwin. That has been rumored for a long time, and I hope and I pray that it becomes a reality because I want it. That's what I want. So hopefully that becomes a reality, and hopefully it lives up to my dreams and expectations, and then I can answer that question. But that's my favorite pinball machine.
There are going to be a couple ground rules.
Michael, I can't remember. I want to say you said yours was like the Freddy Krueger machine, right? The Gottlieb? Or maybe that was, maybe not your favorite, but like one you were really after. Extra ball. That's going to be beneficial. Ready to Rumble is the greatest movie ever.
Mystery.
It's not a bad movie. I enjoyed the ever-loving crap out of that when it came out. Granted, I can't remember how old I was. It was like, you know, teenage years. But it's a very entertaining wrestling movie. Maybe it's just because I'm a huge wrestling mark that I enjoy that movie more so than it should have. So this mode is always kind of tricky as I inadvertently started multi-ball, but typically you just nail those drop targets. But every time you do, it always kind of fires it straight back at you. But now that I've got multi-ball started, it's going to be a piece of cake to finish this. One of the good things I like about the code in this game is that you can like stack modes in multi-ball for the most part, and you can kind of kill multiple birds with single stone, but in this case, since I've got multiple started, it'd be like multiple stones, so it wouldn't be fair. I don't know why I'm trying to save it. I got ball save on. Trained to play too aggressively, apparently. And that is one thing you'll definitely notice in my style of pinball play. I play very aggressively, especially in multi-ball. I don't trap up and I don't try to like keep 2 balls on one flipper and strategically play, especially while I got, you know, ball save on. I just don't care. And I just got the mystery award, which is a ball added right as my balls were going out. So now I'm going to have 4 balls and it essentially restarts the timer. So now it's just chaos. Get one more blue target. And I can restart my jackpots. There we go. Jackpots, jackpots. Come on. Backhand that. The saucer is like one of the hardest shots on this table for me to hit, like aim and hit it. Most of the time I just luckily get it on a ricochet or something, but as far as actually shooting for it and getting it, very seldom does that happen. The Data East Back to the Future leaves a lot to be desired. And that's kind of, number one, that's one of the main reasons a lot of people, want a new Back to the Future game. Number two, it's a fantastic IP, so it makes sense. And number three, Stern has been doing a lot of their old catalog from their Data East years. They've done Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so why not come back and do Back to the Future? They've already done Jurassic Park. It just makes sense that they would kind of continue that trend, do the best of collection, so to speak, with their Data East licenses that they, obviously still own, since Stern turned into, Data East turned into Sega, which turned into Stern. So, they still have access to it. Gottlieb Freddy Nightmare on Elm Street is a dream, more so because it is a huge horror movie. Oh, yeah. So that one was up for sale near me in Kansas, like 2 hours away. And it was a very good price. It was non-working, but the condition was fine. It was just like, hey, it's got some internal gremlins as far as the wiring or something. The guy didn't know. And I made him an offer on it, and he sold it out from under me. So I almost had that machine last weekend. And it's a good thing I didn't buy it, because I would have got yelled at by the wife. But it's not a machine I ever see around, and very seldom do I ever see it go up for sale. I think they made like 2,600 of them or something like that. But it's a cool machine. It's got a lot of neat toys. The Freddy mechanism. It's got the claw hand that swipes the ball, and of course it's got like the burner in the back there. So I was looking forward to buying it, fixing it, and playing it for a while. But unfortunately, the guy moved on and just said, "Nope, sorry, sold it to somebody else." So, is there any truth to the rumor that a Robotron pin is coming? That's cute. Nice to see you streaming. Well, thank you, Charlie. Hello, brother Steve. Note the Canadian spelling. Oh, yes. Favor, humor. Always got to add a U to the words that end in OR, and then you got the phonetic French spelling. All right, so I've got to hit the right ramp one more time to start a mode, and the left orbit shot one more time to start a mode. Turn the heat up. This mode is awesome because you get to see Will Byers get stabbed with a hot poker. Where else are you going to see somebody get, mauled with a hot poker? And got one more shot. Very seldom can I hit this with the left flipper, but 90% of the time it's either going to hit that light lock or it's going to hit that drop target shot. So, yeah. Just getting a little ballsy there trying to hit that one. Let's see if we can hit it here. There we go. Finishes the mode, gives an extra ball, which I think is the second extra ball, which is beneficial. But typically when I got a good game going, it just goes right down the middle very quickly. There we go. Wondering if it was going to forget to give me my ball back. All right, I struggle to post pass on my game. See, it's very difficult for me to post pass. So typically, if I want to pass it between the flippers, I've got to do like ski passes. Or I can cheat and do a death save like I just did there.
Mystery is lit.
Table's lined up again. All right. There we go. There's the last one. Operation Mirkwood. Oh, there we go. Here's the UV kit lighting up. So unfortunately, from the top-down view, it's not going to look great because you're going to be able to see every individual LED. But from my perspective, it looks awesome. You can see the glow-in-the-dark flippers a little bit.
Ball one locked.
And like I said, the mode only lasts like 15-20 seconds, so it didn't take long. Oh, nope. Got greedy.
Nice job. You
Tilt. Nope. Okay. So I've got furniture sliders on the bottom of my feet since I'm on a cement floor. Makes it super easy for me to be able to slide this machine without tilting it, which is great. But it is what it is. All right, so we're like at our first mini wizard mode. This is total isolation. So that's why this little yellow arrow is lit up right there. Essentially just gonna hit that shot and it's gonna start a 3-ball multi-ball, very similar to the telekinesis multi-ball, but all the shots will be yellow for a while. You hit them, you get your jackpots and everything like that, and it's good. You get to total isolation mode after you've completed 4 modes. So your 4 modes are 1, 2, 3, 4. We've done that, so now we just gotta hit over there. And I just realized I'm gonna lose my ball save since I'm just sitting here chatting. As it went straight down the middle, but it's fine. Ball save. And if I can get the ball on the left flipper, typically I'm pretty good with backhanding this, but that's going to go way too fast. I just need to settle down on the left flipper, and of course, no. So we'll start it from the right.
Now remember, whatever it is, it can't hurt you. So don't turn away
And
from
next
it.
4 modes I complete after this, you get total isolation mode 2, which is the second mini wizard mode. There's like 4 total mini wizard modes and then the main wizard mode on this game.
Mystery.
Takes forever for me to get to it. It's like a 45-minute game if I make it all the way. And that's if I kind of like cheat and just time out my modes as opposed to like trying to complete them. And you'll notice I haven't even tried to go for the Demogorgon. I've just been doing progression-based pinball. There's like 2 different styles I like to play this game at. If I go through nothing but the Demogorgon modes, I can score a bunch of points really quickly. But I don't typically get anywhere near progress towards the end of the game. And if I play progress towards the end of the game only and not the Demogorgon modes, then my score typically is very low. So it's a case-by-case scenario, what you want to see. Okay, didn't give me credit for that, but all right. Missing all my jackpots. Pinball machine is the best in my opinion.
Mystery.
I mean, it's very cool. I enjoy the hell out of it. I wanted the premium version of this, but Stern actually stopped making the premium version of this very early. Apparently, number one, they literally hated making it. It was just a pain in their rear to manufacture the premium and LE versions of this because it has a projector and had a special ball lock feature that the ball would literally lock on the back of the playfield, but it almost never worked, and they just absolutely hated all the tech calls they were always getting about it. And then, unfortunately, after that, Stern lost the license, or no longer, re-signed it, the license for the Stranger Things IP, so they stopped making them all together. So they made one last little run of Pro models at the end of last year, and that was it. They made one last run that had the Insider Connected kit. I've ordered an Insider Connected kit to retrofit in this machine. Pre-ordered it before Christmas, and here it is almost April, and I still don't have it. So, manufacturing is still crazy. Drive me crazy because I want my Insider Connected kit. I want to do all my little, unlockable features, and I can't do that until they send me my Insider Connected kit that I ordered. Hey, Tampa Tech, thank you very much. I appreciate that super chat. Go, another cheating death save, because why not? We've already done it once. The game's already suspect. We might as well keep it suspect.
Dog attack is lit.
And that's what I get. Lose it immediately. Since you've added real pinballs, do you find that you now spend the majority of my playtime on them? Do I still use my virtual pinballs? Yes. So I do, I'd say it's like 70-30 ratio, real pinball versus virtual pinball. Like I said, I spent a lot of time yesterday afternoon. It's nice weather. I had the garage open, hanging out in the garage, playing FX3 on my virtual pinball machine. Still enjoy doing that. It's very, very fun to do that, especially for tables I know that I'll never probably own. Those, you know, classic Williams tables that are in the $10,000 range, because even if I had that kind of money, still probably wouldn't spend it. So, been still playing virtual pinball machines, still enjoying it. Actually very anxious to see the new Pinball FX, which may or may not be coming out tomorrow. We'll see. So, Jay Heath, hope he's a hockey fan. Order a kit from Little Shop of Gains. I got mine already. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what's driving me crazy, Tampa Tech. Like, so I ordered mine from CoinTaker, which is one of the largest distributors of Stern. Typically, they get a lot of stock and everything first. I pre-ordered my kit back in December. I think it was like December 16th. And I've emailed them and I said, hey, you guys got any updates? Because when I pre-ordered it, you guys were saying like, you know, Q1. And I've seen so many other companies get Insider Connected kits in and ship them out to customers. And I'm like, I know they exist. I know they were stocked. Did like Stern literally just ignore you guys and not give it to you? Or what's going on? So like, I don't know what the deal is. So I've emailed CoinTaker and said, hey, can I cancel this? Because I want to order it from somebody else that literally has this in stock. And surprise, surprise, they haven't emailed me back. So they've already got my money. So until I get some confirmation on a cancellation, I'm not going to order from somebody else because I don't want to be out $500 total because somebody's holding money that they should be refunding me. So it is what it is. Oh, hang on. I just now realized the scoreboard is frozen. Let me find that USB. Find out if I can refresh it. What is going on with my scoreboard? I mean, still working on my end, but on the stream, not so much. Interesting. So Tampa Tech says he uses both virtual pinball, 70-30 tops, mostly real pinball, but I play Indiana Jones FX3 so often in Legends. Yeah. So yeah, well, it's $200 for the kit, yeah, but if I buy it twice and then shipping, you got $500. So that's what I mean by that. Not that I'm paying $500 for the kit. It's just if I buy it twice, throw on shipping on there, then round it up, then it's $500. So let me see if I can figure out why the scoreboard is frozen on OBS. There we go. Just needed refreshed. Really want a pinball machine, waiting for arcade 1-ups to go down. Which pinball machine do I like from the arcade 1-up batch? So, technically speaking, you can't go wrong with any of them now, since there's now the capability of doing the mod where you can basically add all table games that are on all three machines onto one machine. So at that point, it's just like, buy which one is most aesthetically pleasing to you, because you can buy the Marvel, you can buy the Star Wars, or you can buy the Attack from Mars, and you can put all 30 games on either one of them. So you may go that route. And I think Best Buy, last I looked, don't quote me on this, they still had their tables marked down to what the original MSRP on those arcade 1-up tables was, and it was around $5.99. So if you're looking to get one sooner than later, now might be the chance for you there. Orange. Medieval Madness, fantastic game. Yep. All right, so let's get back to the action. Oh, so close to the skill shot. Trap 'em. This is a 2-ball, multi-ball Demogorgon mode. So I killed the first one with the action button on the lockdown bar. And the reason I do that because the Demogorgon you kill, the first one, is kind of like a hurry up, so the points go down until you kill him. And if you want the most points from the second kill, you got to kill him instantly. So the way to kill him instantly is the action button. So now I've got all the red arrows lit up, and what that does is if I hit them all, I will get some bonus Demogorgons to come out. And if I kill them, I get a crap ton of points, scientifically speaking. Typically it's anywhere from like 30 to 100 million. So, I mean, I've scored almost 500 million points in this one mode alone before, with the right set of circumstances, like 2x playfield going, killing both extra Demogorgons.
Mystery is lit.
So I got one more shot, but if I drain, it doesn't work. And I can't get a clean shot on that left inner loop there. And I lost the ball, so it's not going to count. Oh well. Not going to get a crap ton of points. I was wanting a crap ton of points. Tampa, Texas, Real Medieval Madness remake coming out this February, but it's 8K. Hey, that's fine because a used version. That'll be the second time that Chicago Gaming Company has sold their reissued version of Medieval Madness. The used ones they did from years ago are going for $12,000 Tampa Tech. So in scheme of things, prospectively speaking, $8,000 is not bad when used versions of the same machine from years ago are going for $12,000. So it is what it is. You have 2 pins, JP and Stranger. Yes, Rexer, I do. Looking to buy a third, but I'm trying to be a responsible adult and wait until the child is born and, you know, not spend a bunch of money when I don't have to, technically. But I've had a couple in my area come up for sale that I've made offers on, and for whatever reason the sale didn't go through. So it is what it is. See, I have the JP home pin. It kicks ass, one another. Oh, that's cool, Jordy. I've heard nothing but good things about that one. That was the one that Deadflip designed. Heard it's an absolute blast to play. Great shooting game. Is the overhead playfield camera froze? God dang it, yes. It does look like that. I just refreshed the scoreboard, and now it looks like I got to refresh the playfield. There we go. Switch over to the other view. Thanks for catching that, Rexer. Hard to multitask and do 30 things at once. Stranger Things Pinball is Mindy's favorite. There you go. She's got good taste. Yeah, so that's what once in a while, never get to see them. Have to coordinate. There you go. So follow the compass, this shot, and just follow the arrow. And of course I lost it instantly, so that mode's done. So we're not even gonna talk about it because it's over. Should get a decent bonus on that one though. Yeah, didn't have any playfield multipliers. So we hit our target of 500 million on a casual stream, which is not bad at all. We're on ball 3 though, so. Come on. Started multi-ball. It's fine. You want a mode going before you start multi-ball typically, so this is just going to be like swinging for the sake of swinging, essentially. Because it can't activate any modes other than like the Demodog modes, which are miserable. Just really hoping to hit the left orbit one more time before I started the multi-ball, but that's what you get for inaccurate shooting. The saucer there. There we go. So mad at myself for starting this prematurely. Backhand that. Oh, couldn't go in the saucer for me. And I just ricocheted out of the saucer. Typical, typical. Oh, great. We got a bot. As soon as I could take my hands off the keyboard, I'll get rid of the bot. Thanks, YouTube, for not doing anything to negate spam bots. Alright, so that multi-ball. Oh, I thought it was done, but there's another one up there in the ramp already. Oh, and of course it's an add-a-ball, so this multi-ball will continue indefinitely. Super jackpot. That was garbage. Like a double drain instantly. Come on. Where's the other ball? I've lost track. So I'm still in multi-ball, but I've only got one ball in play. What has happened? I'm confused. What's happened? Do I have one stuck in the pops? I do. Ah, okay. So it was hiding in the pop bumpers there.
Look out, you have company, demo dogs.
That's Rexer's side hustle. I mean, if I had the body for it, I'd be all for the hot tub streaming on Twitch, because it beats working a 9 to 5. People want to hate on it all they want, but at the end of the day, we all wish we could sit around and look beautiful and make money for the sake of being beautiful. Oh, come on, left ramp. There we go.
Get out of here. Mystery is lit.
Ugh. Had to shove that one. Come on. No, no, no.
Stop that. Stop that already.
That's what I get for too many slap saves. Oh, yeah. Glow-in-the-dark flipper rubbers, right? Yep, those are so cool. So, yep, they go really nicely with the UV kit, so when it lights up, they really illuminate. And it's cool when I turn all the lights off and walk away, it still glows from a while of playing. So, 739, so decent game. I mean, a free game in a bar is 150 million, so we did good there. Met our objective. Glow rubbers for Godzilla. Nice, Tampa. That's a good combo. Nice green with green on green. I can't remember. Did you get the Pro or the Premium on your Godzilla? Either one of them is great. That's the good thing I like about that specific model, is like all the shots and everything are still the same on the Pro versus the Premium. Premium has the cool belting, crunching mech and the the Mecha Godzilla mech and all that kind of stuff. But oh yeah, sorry, I was going to step away and get rid of that stupid bot. Give me a second. Gotta grab my laptop. I ain't got time for no bots trying to sell me, hot nudes. Here we go. Shoe fly, don't bother me. Ah, that's right. You got the Pro. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Premium's expensive. When Stern raised their prices across the board this year, it was like $700 for Pros, $1,200 for Premium. It just went up and up and up and up. So, if I had the money, I'd buy the Premium Godzilla, absolutely, because it's a fantastic shooting table for sure. I absolutely love it, but I'm a poor kid at heart. I'm always going to be a poor kid at heart. So spending that kind of money on something, I mean, that just makes me sick to my stomach thinking about it. Because like my first 2 cars I owned didn't cost that much. So to think of having a, you know, recreational device that costs that much money is, oh my God, ungodly amounts of money. Wait, so you mean I cannot contact you on WhatsApp and Telegram for a free prize? Yeah, no, sorry. Deal is over. The amount of scam offers I get emailed to me on a daily basis because of YouTube about fake companies trying to work with me on YouTube. And they're like, hey, this is so-and-so from Dolce & Gabbana. We really want to work with you on your YouTube channel. Just contact me on this WhatsApp. I'm like, no, I'm not falling for that. And that was like the shortest ball ever. That's why I love / hate pinball. Nothing's ever the same. I can have a really great game and a really terrible game back to back. And nothing changed from like how I played, or it's just, you know, somehow the look of the draw. I like it. Makes me want to continue to play and get better and those type of things. Yeah, ball save, doesn't matter. It's coming back.
Mistakes have been made.
And that's another thing to your point there, Tampa Tech, is you can mod a lot of these pros and have some really cool, you know, things to make it feel a little less like there's a gap between the pro and the premium. Now, obviously, you can't really do the building mod, but you can put in some much better looking, you know, Godzilla toys in there. Because like the ones that come even on the premium look pretty silly. Where's Barb? So this is like a random mystery mode. She's hidden behind one of these red shots, and if you hit it without knowing what it is the first try, you get 40 million. Other than that, you get, you know, like 1 million, 1.5 million, stuff like that. It progressively gets bigger and bigger. And I lost it again. This is gonna be a terrible game. But if you get the mystery shot the first try, 40 million. If you want to know where she's hidden, you shoot that saucer and it'll blink and tell you specifically what shot she's hidden behind. And every time you play that mode, it's somewhere different, so you can't like memorize it or anything like that. Did I go to any local pinball tournaments? So the last one I did was, when was that? It was August. My wife got second and I got third. That was our first and only pinball tournament that we've competed in. There's a local place in my town that does league nights, but unfortunately their pinball league nights are the same nights I teach jiu-jitsu at the gym I coach at, so can't go do league nights there. And other than that, I think there's like a tournament coming up in Kansas City sometime soon, but again, I can't really travel with the wife being super pregnant. It just wouldn't be right for me to leave her or even bring her and have her be far away from the doctor or anything like that. So my competition game is going to have to wait, which is fine. But yeah, she's very proud to have beaten me, and she did. I'm trying to remember the games we had to play, because we had to play like 5 in the finals. I want to say we had to play Stern Star Wars, Stern Star Wars, Jurassic Park, Attack from Mars, the Chicago Gaming Company remake, Flash Gordon, and one other EM that I can't remember. But those were the 5 games. I did great on some of them and not so great on others. I actually did better on the EMs than I thought I would, because I'd never played those, and I'm not honestly particularly a big fan of EMs. It's just a little before my time. Most of the tables I grew up playing were all, you know, solid state in the 90s era. Come on.
He should be out there right now. We should be helping look for him.
Oh, you got a pinball banner. I got like a gift certificate to some pinball store in Kansas City that I'll never use. But Which banner did you get, Tampa?
The target's the light debit.
I'm assuming you got a stern banner.
Will. Ball 2 locked.
But, so we got one more left ramp to start multi-ball, but I want to hit the right ramp one more time to start the mode. There we go. That's how it's done.
Stay with us.
Start the mode, start multi-ball. Oh, come on, settle down. Good thing about multi-ball in this mode is most of the shots are overlapping, so I can hit pretty much anything I want, and I'll be making some decent points. Assuming I can actually make my shots, because I have yet to hit that pop bumper shot that I'm trying to get.
All saves.
There we go. There it is.
Mystery is lit.
And miss my orbit. Breaking off the pinballs on the game. See, this is why a lot of people like trap up and try to catch 2 balls on one flipper and, you know, take the ricochets out of the game, but I don't have the patience for that. I just prefer to let her rip. Maybe in a competition setting I'd be a little more conservative and trap up more and that kind of thing, but at home playing around, no trapping. At least not in multi-ball, as multi-ball's over. Rush Pinball, but traded for Avengers Infinity Quest since you have that one. Okay, well that's perfect. I haven't got to play the new Rush. Typically there's a place near me that gets whatever new machine's out, but he said he just wasn't feeling it and he didn't buy that one. So no bar near me has Rush. I'm typically actually a big fan of John Borg games. He gets a lot of hate for his left outlane drain, but I've always enjoyed his designs. Respect Rush as a band. I'm not necessarily running to see them in concert or anything like that, so I think I would enjoy it if it's a good shooter. Backhand, nope. Ricocheted that one wrong. Settle down, ball. Dang, that left orbit is just miserable for me. And I can't even hit my backhand, which is one of my most consistent shots. There we go, there's the orbit. Alright, backhand. There we go. Out the premium.
My turn for what?
If you break 100 million on ball 3, I'll donate $5. Well,
Mystery is lit.
so do I need to get 100 million on ball 3 alone, or just 100 million by ball 3? Because if it's 100 million by ball 3, that's way too conservative. I'll kill that one. Even though I had that abysmal game just now, the way this one's going, I'll kill 100 million. So help clarify, Tampa. Oh my goodness, that was garbage. I had one more shot, which also coincided with an extra ball shot, but oh well. Adam, what's up? Yeah, see, because we're already at 100 million. So 150 is the default free game that you would get from the manufacturer here. Come on, there we go. Cannot get that extra ball. Oh, and the drop target didn't even drop. Missed it again.
Ball 2 locked.
wary of that. I don't want to start multi-ball. Not yet. I want to get my right pop bumper shot. Oh, we're bringing this one back.
Stop doing that.
Win-win for you, 2 for no.
Resurrect it from the dead. I depend way too much on that when I'm playing around at home. Thank you, Tampa. I appreciate that, man. So, like, next tournament I do play in, I definitely need to, like, get rid of that bad habit of the death save. Because obviously you can't do that in a tournament, and obviously don't do that on somebody else's machine. It's fine to do it on a machine you own and you're in complete control of, but definitely don't do that kind of thing on somebody else's machine. Oh, that was a garbage feed. Oh, that was dirty. Just dink right down the center. Didn't even have a chance at it. Well, thank God I got that extra ball.
Free game.
Or did I? It's acting like maybe I didn't. Okay. Got me worried there. Well, I got extra ball lit again, so that's good. Getting so close to that MXV skill shot, and it's ricocheting out every time. Go upside down. Well, that's going to start multi-ball. Analog, what's up? How's your Monday doing? What arcade are you at? This would be the COOLTOY arcade in my garage. In my garage currently. There we go. That should get the extra ball. Normally I'd have the garage door open because the weather is nice right now, but it does havoc with my camera light. There we go, that's super jackpot. Oh, stay in. I always have mad respect for the people that live stream on location because there's way too many uncontrollable things that could happen or do happen in that kind of setting because like most bars have terrible internet, so you'd have to be like streaming from a hotspot or something, which can cost you a fortune depending on your service provider. Oh, I got an out of balls. So just 3 balls turned into 4. I don't know, maybe I'm just too pessimistic or whatever, but I think most of the barcades in my area, if I like asked them, hey, can I, set up a couple of cameras and a laptop and like stream pinball in your pinball area, they would be like, dude, get the F out of here. We ain't got time for that. It's kind of this weird love-hate relationship with the places near me. A lot of them, the ones that do have pinball, it's like, the owners, I think, are just doing somebody a favor because they are not interested in it at all. They're just like, I don't know, if it's broke, call that number on the machine. I don't know crap about it. Hey, Mike, what's up? How are you doing, man? Hopefully Monday's treating you all right. Get in there. There we go. There's the MXV skill shot. That it didn't give me credit for. Awesome. It's going to be that kind of game. All right. All right. Okay. I see how it is. Game's going to be mean to me. I'll be mean back. It's fine. All right. So left orbit shot. That's all we need. Start the second dimming door, then kill the first one with the button. Ugh. So I rarely hit this guy in the mouth from the right flipper. Left flipper, pretty money, but right flipper, I'm just never accurate at all. It's dumb luck if it goes in from the right flipper. Which is, oh, ricochet. See if I can get the bonus Demogorgon modes this time. Failed to in that first game. I'm almost always left with that left orbit shot remaining. It's one of the hardest shots for me to hit on a controlled basis. There it is. Oh my goodness, and it drained immediately. The ramp came down for the bonus Demogorgon and it freaking drained immediately. That was terrible timing. Terrible timing. 9 more for extra ball, which would be handy since, oh, okay, I thought we were on ball 3. There we go. Operation Mirkwood, my second least favorite mode in this game because it takes forever to complete. You're supposed to hit the left ramp and the right ramp, I think like 8 times total. And it just, ain't nobody got time for that. That was a big move. I'll straighten the table as I lose the ball. Stranger Things Season 4 does come out in May, and then they have like the part 2 of Season 4, I think in June. So it's kind of like, or maybe it's July. So everybody will binge first part real quick, and then we'll have to wait like a month or so, and then boom, second season. So I'm anxious for it. It's been forever. I mean, it's like 2 years since we had Stranger Things episodes. The kids got big. I know for a fact they got huge. So it's a good thing that they filmed a lot of the new seasons like back to back to back to back, because these kids sprouted rather quickly. Alright, total isolation again. Saved that one, only to lose it again. Good night. Those are frustrating. Those are really frustrating when you're like making progress and then it's still. So we're doing all right. We're still making our objective of 500 million for casual gameplay. The version with the mini projector built in is very cool to see in person. I 100% agree. I was wanting to buy one, and then Stern, like I said, stopped making them sooner than people realized it was going to happen. So the only option out there is now used, and because of the supply and demand, a used premium version of the Stranger Things pinball machine is $10,000 any day of the week. So that is frustrating. I mean, it's good for anybody that's looking to, make a profit off their premium machine that they've had for a while, but not good for anybody that was looking to pick one up, because unfortunately, I'm not paying $10,000 for a premium, especially when I know it was sold new for like $7,500. So it's one of those things. But yes, it's also frustrating too, because like the mini projector that is in the Stern pinball machine, it's sold commercially. You can buy it. It's rather cheap, but Stern was smart enough, or had the foresight to basically hard code to where even if you installed the premium code on your Pro machine and plugged in that projector and everything, you're still not going to have the functionality to like essentially mod your Pro up to a premium, because you could put on the the film and everything that allows it to project onto the playfield, and everything would look great, but they don't let the code talk, and it drives me crazy, because I would 100% mod this machine, put the projector in here, put in the the white tape that is made to show the projected images on there, on the ramps and the Demogorgon ramps and everything, and I would have a quasi-functional Pro that has premium features. I don't even care about the TK lock. The TK lock on the the pinball machine itself, it's cool, but for most people that I've ever seen in the forums that have a Stranger Things premium pinball machine, that thing is so finicky and breaks down all the time, and it's just like, yeah, it's more headache than hassle if it doesn't work half the time. So the projector, I want the projector, but unfortunately, to this day, as of the making of this stream, there's no way to do it on a Pro machine. Bums me out. But also bummed that we're not going to, well, supposedly we're not getting another Stern pinball machine until August because they canceled their May. Some people are hoping and guessing and speculating that they're not going to release a Cornerstone game in May. Doesn't necessarily mean they wouldn't release a special Kapow title like they did with Elvira and Batman 66, but I think it's probably just wishful thinking. I think Stern is really focused on, honestly, catching up with their backlog, and I doubt they're going to pull a switcheroo or a sneak peek and release this special Kapow title in May. As much as I would love to see it, I just don't see it happening in all reality. Alright, this mode, monster hunting. You shoot the drop targets, or you drain immediately before you can explain the mode. Oh well. Any new Pinball FX3 tables coming out soon? I heard through the grapevine some new announcements. So, new announcements are tomorrow. Official new announcements, put it that way, from Zen. Supposedly they will let everyone know when the new platform is available. Word is on the street, it's going to be available starting tomorrow. So we'll have that to check out. Though I don't honestly foresee new tables on FX3 moving forward. I think Indy was just kind of like the special one-off case scenario. I think likely all the new tables moving forward are going to be on that new FX platform, which I still can't stand the name of that. You go from FX2, FX3 to FX. It's like that Xbox nomenclature naming. It just drives me crazy. Like, call it something completely different, or call it something different enough to where you don't get tongue-tied and you cross it with its previous iterations. That's my feelings on it. Tampa says, Imagine Stern releases Dragon's Pinball. Wait. Oh, an Imagine Dragons pinball machine. Okay, gotcha. You're going broke. So the rumor, obviously it's just a rumor, it's just people talking on the internet, is the next music pin that is in the works is a Foo Fighters pin, and that's been in the rumor mill long before the tragedy that befell their drummer. And for the most part, a lot of the people reporting that said rumor have been pretty accurate with their other guesstimations / reveals of Stern machines in the works before they actually get officially announced. So you can take it for a grain of salt, but it's looking like Foo Fighters is going to be the next music pin from Stern. But supposedly tables in the works at Stern are a James Bond themed table and either Back to the Future or Jaws from Keith Elwin. No one can really decide or figure out which or any of those two are the most likely, but that's, I think, what people are hoping the most for. So that's the rumor that people keep sticking with, is he's going to be designing either a Back to the Future or a Jaws pinball table. There's a ton of other big name bands out there that I know Stern could make some tables for. A lot of people kind of harp on them for doing music pins, but I think it's kind of easy money and it brings new people into the hobby, and it's an easy way to guarantee some sales because you get the die-hard music fans of certain bands that not necessarily are pinball fans, but they collect all sorts of music memorabilia. Why not add a pinball machine? That's something most die-hard fans don't have, so I get why they do it from a business standpoint. 2x scoring. There we go. Finish the stud mode. Oh yeah, and Brian Eddy's supposedly next table is Venom. As in comic book Spider-Man villain. That's a complete rumor as well, but that has been the talk of the internet for several months. Hope it's Jaws first and not really... Oh, you're not ready to buy Back to the Future yet? I'm not ready either, but honestly, I've been saving up for the potentiality because I was worried that that was going to be the May announcement was going to be Back to the Future. So I've been rat holing and saving money away for 5 months now. Still can't afford it, but I'm getting closer, so I'm happy it's not getting announced. Or at least I don't think it's getting announced in May, if it does come to fruition, because it gives me more time to save. But I would also be okay with Jaws. Jaws would be a very cool table, I think. Definitely deserving of a a pinball thing. I saw somebody that re-themed a Fishtails machine completely. He reskinned it, recoded it, had somebody print him a custom Fishtails playfield with Jaws artwork. It looks immaculate. It's amazing mod he did, but that's the closest thing we have to a Jaws pinball machine besides virtual pinball. You would love Brian Eddy to make Medieval Madness 2. I think that would be awesome as well. Unfortunately, I think with the licensing. So I think Chicago Gaming Company owns the licenses, or there's somebody that I'm trying to remember the name of the company. There's a company that is not Chicago Gaming Company that works with Chicago Gaming Company that owns the rights to the licenses, the Williams IPs and things like that. So with that being said, I would think that would be a roadblock for Stern to want to do Medieval Madness 2 because there's another company already kind of with their foot in the door on that one. Plus, I don't know, if you're Brian Eddy, it's one of those things like somebody's like, yeah, make a sequel to one of your greatest hits. It's like that as an artist is always like a stressful thing because you almost always set yourself up for failure. People are like, it's not as good as the original because how could it be? People always like set these things up on a pedestal that they love and worship so much. So if something breaks on a modern pinball machine, is there a diagnostics tool like cars have to tell you what is wrong with it? So yes and no. So the Sterns, they've got diagnostic settings and open up the coin door, go through the settings, and you can run it through its paces. You can make like all the solenoids and the coils fire. So if something doesn't fire, you're like, oh, okay, we got an issue there. You can tell to turn on all the lights and turn on certain rows so you can find out if you got a bulb out, things like that. Little basic stuff, yes. Only time it gets tricky is like I think things that are not really prevalent on newer machines, like the modern Sterns and JJPs and things like that. More so the older machines, the Williams, the Data East, the Segas, the things that have been out there for like 20, 30 years now. Those, sometimes they'll get gremlins in the boards and you'll have to replace a capacitor or a transistor, and that's a little harder to diagnose. But basic maintenance and understanding of, hey, something is not lit up or something doesn't work, for the most part, diagnostics can help you with that. And just easy eyeball troubleshooting. So like, say my pinball flipper is not working anymore. I'm like, what's wrong? I'm hitting the button, it's not. So you pull up the playfield and just look at the wires. Did the wire come loose? Because these things, get smashed around. Things get vibrated around. Did the wire come loose? Did you blow a fuse? They got fuse boxes, very easy to look at a fuse, things like that. You get a voltmeter, you can make sure it's getting voltage. Simple troubleshooting stuff like that will go a million miles away. But basic, just taking care of your stuff and basic maintenance for the most part, you won't have to worry about it for a long time. Tampa, thanks for stopping by, man. Enjoy the dinner. Glad you enjoyed it.
Ball 2 locked.
Small world, Canty lived 2 minutes away from me. Oh, there you go.
He's out there.
It's a small world. Oh, I thought that was going to hop over. My bad. Oh, you're going to go play Rush soon. That'd be fun. Is it a local one in your area? Got a new rush machine out? There we go. There's the MXV skill shot. And it's actually going to credit me this time. Good. Last time I got it, didn't work. And you get a drawing for it. So if you get 10 drawings, you get an extra ball. And you get drawings for completing your modes. The quicker you complete your modes, the more drawings you can get. So typically, just by beating the mode once, or at the bare minimum, you'll get 1 drawing. If you do it like immediately, you'll get 2 drawings. And I just hit that outer loop 4 in a row. Sorry, that just absolutely shocks me because that is my absolute worst shot on this table, is that outer loop, and I just killed it 4 times. And I don't think I'll be doing that again anytime soon. That should start multi-ball if I remember. There we go. I would be happy with a remake of Total Nuclear Annihilation. I heard rumors they might make some more. Yeah? Fun fact about that table, that is the only pinball table that you can technically beat. It's like, yeah, you can complete all the modes and achievements and all that kind of stuff in the pinball table, but Total Nuclear Annihilation, if you do everything you're supposed to, and, follow the rules and play the game how it's supposed to be, the game literally shuts down and says, congratulations, you beat the game, enter your initials, like a straight up video game. It's very cool. It's a very awesome table. It's another one you don't see very often because it started as a homebrew game that then got licensed and sold it.
Mystery award.
But I'd be alright with that. A follow-up to that. Although he's designing, I can't remember the guy's name. I'm going to draw a blank. But the guy that made Total Nuclear Annihilation, he's now making pinball tables for somebody else. So
Mystery is lit.
he's got to do the day job first, and I'm sure they probably want him making other things since he's on payroll. Okay, got some 4-ball action. Getting a little crazy with the cheese whiz. Still got Operation Mirkwood going because that mode lasts for freaking ever. Unlike that 4-ball multi-ball that just drained very quickly. Oh, no, my bad. Got a second one up there on the ramp, just hanging out. Yeah, Scott Denisi. There we go. Thank you for looking that up, because I was not going to remember that for the life of me. Oh, that was cheap. Casually freezing up the scoreboard. Alright, so we got the right outer shot to hit. And then we'll get towards our total isolation. Come on.
Mystery is lit.
Okay, now I'm just building a house out of bricks. I'm not hitting anything. Left ramp all day, but I want the right outermost shot. And I'm nailing that target every time. I don't want to hit that target. I want to hit the outside lane. Get it into the pops. Hey, here's One of the rarest modes in the game. I love it. It is exactly what you think it is. Every time I hit something, you're going to hear the word BS. This mode cracks me up. If you have multi-ball in this simultaneously, it is beyond hilarious. But it is an absolute treat when this pops up. Oh my god, shot. Where are you? I'm hitting everything but the shot I want. Everything but the shot I want. No, this is comical. I'm sorry. I got elementary level humor. This mode just kills me. There it is, finally. One more time. Never got it in 400 plays. That's what I'm saying. It's very rare. So like, I want to say if you put it in a competition mode setting, that it pops up several times more frequently. I can't remember. I think it's like the 3rd mystery award you get every time in competition mode. So you may want to try that. But when it's on normal like this, I've literally probably hit it 6 times, and I've probably played 1,500 games on this. I could be exaggerating, but it feels like I've played that much. I haven't checked my play count in a while.
Mystery award.
Oh, we got out of ball again. Another 4-ball. But of all the modes, like, I just love that they, number one, thought of it, and number two, got away with it. Like, to me, that strikes me as something that the licensor would have said, that's cool, but we want this to be as, broadly appealing as possible, so let's cut it. But nope. It made it. Didn't get censored, didn't get cut. It's hysterical. Come on. Okay. Slingshot overdrive there. Get in there. Get on, Saucy. Oh. Thought it was going to hang around. Four more for extra ball. I was about to say I should be getting close. I nailed that burn it back loop. Seems like 1,000 times. Alright, settle down. Nope. So much for that multi-ball. Oh, alright, it's coming back. I would say that shot was BS. That would be a perfect way to explain that scenario, for sure. Best of luck with the orange. Like I said, it was like 2 days ago I saw they were all $5.99, so if they still are, fingers crossed for you. Hope they are. Oh, the VR machine. So I have an Oculus Quest 2, and I've played several of the VR pinball tables, and it's very cool. VR is obviously not for everybody, kind of like 3D movies are not for everybody. It's one of those type of things that you just have to try it and see if it's for you, because some people get like motion sickness. Me personally, I don't get motion sickness from that type of thing, so I enjoy it. It's definitely a different experience for sure, but it's very cool. You feel like you're literally like in the game sometimes, because you can literally like lower your face and it's different. That's the best way I can explain it. It's different. It's something everybody should check out for themselves and see if they enjoy it. All right, so we got one more time on the outside. Missed it again. Okay. Well. Oh, it was so close to kissing that switch. Still missing it. But we're getting extra ball, so that helps. Yeah, Pinball FX in VR is also pretty sweet.
Award.
Star Wars Pinball in VR. There's one other, like, not Zen Studios made VR one out there. It's pretty sweet. Plus, the wireless of the Quest is pretty cool. That's why I enjoy it. Second Demodog mode. Gotta shoot my outer shots, which I've been trying to hit that shot, and I keep missing it, and it didn't have enough gusto to get up there. So we're gonna kill Demogorgons instead. Ugh. Oh. There's one. Whoa. So technically got like two modes going here. We got the bonus Demogorgon, so my red arrow shots, and the like turquoise shots, or the Demodog mode. So if I can kill two birds with one stone here and complete like two objectives, that would be bittersweet. Just need to hit my right ramp for the bonus Demogorgon mode. And ideally not drain, as I just did. So never mind. So just Demodogs. Come on, settle down.
Mystery is lit.
Trying to trap up. There we go. Because I'm going to let this time out. I don't even really like this mode, honestly. I think any pinball simulator will have weird physics issues. They made some really good strides over the years. Yeah, I mean, the downside of that, like the physics, some of them are great, but it's also very dependent on like the hardware you're running it on. So like if you've got an underpowered laptop or PC or something, you're going to have a less than stellar experience. Same thing with like refresh rates on screens. So especially in like the VR world, and if you're just talking about like cabinet play on, you know, virtual pinball machine, if you get like 144 hertz, you know, playfield screen versus 60 hertz, it's going to look night and day difference as far as ball motion, which is going to in your brain make you think, hey, the physics are better because it flows smoother. Not necessarily anything different other than the hardware running it. So that's where a lot of that is. It's always like up in the air. Same thing with like tablets. You can play Android pinball. If your tablet's not great, your experience for Android pinball is not going to be great. Just one of those things. Can't do the VR very long. Motion sickness kicks in. Yeah, Paul. See, that's what I'm saying. Like it's kind of like 3D movies. Some people can do it. Some people can't. It's just, you know, the motion affects everybody a little bit differently. Like my wife. I tried to get her to play the VR Star Wars pinball, and she's like, absolutely not. She took it off in like 5 minutes. She's like, no, this is giving me a headache. This is making me feel all sorts of sick. And all right, we just got a mystery awarded multi-ball for free. Would have loved to have a mode started because I can't start a mode now until this multi-ball goes away. But it is what it is. But hopefully, you know, as technology continues to progress, the VR technology is going to get better. And hopefully it bridges that gap for people that, you know, maybe suffer from the motion sickness. Maybe they find ways to kind of combat that or cure it for the most part. People smarter than I, I'm sure, are definitely working on it because obviously they know they need to be able to sell to as many people as possible. And if only like 50% of the demographic that is interested in your product can play it without throwing up, then that's not enough. Your adoption rate of your product is going to be lackluster, to say the least. That one's coming straight back down. Good way to tell if your table's level. Shoot the ball straight up, then watch it roll straight down. If it goes left or right, you need to check the legs on your table. Okay, that was a lucky little loop shot over the sling. Love to be able to say I did that on purpose as I drain. You just watched my Stranger Things at Games Legends pinball, and yes, I do. I got a matching pinball machine for it, which is one of the reasons I actually almost didn't buy this table, because I was like, man, it feels almost like overkill if I buy a pinball machine that matches my arcade. But I was like, I really enjoy Stranger Things, like a lot. It's okay to be a big fan of something and have more than one thing of it. So.
Mystery is lit.
In fact, I have that arcade off to my right. Come on, come back. Just off camera here. Oh, that was all my fault. I batted it around. Wasn't able to save it. I think we're on one last ball. Can't remember. I want to say I got a free ball, but I've lost track. That's a big bonus. 220 million. Ooh. That was. Mwah. That's how you score some points. So like, just doubled my score with a bonus alone. You do that in a tournament setting, you're doing all right. All right, so we got the yellow arrow indicating total isolation, little mini wizard mode. We got to it once already today, but we botched it the last time it was lit up. Basically, it's just another multi-ball. Shoot the yellow arrows, get your jackpots, and then you rinse and repeat. After you finish it, you try to do it all over again, where you complete 4 modes and you get total isolation 2, which is even more enjoyable. It's a very fun mode. So, slap save, which technically I didn't have to do. I've got my
Mystery.
my ball save still lit up. And I think it just said it was extra ball, or not an extra ball, but an add a ball. Could be wrong. Oh, yep, we got 4 balls in play. Starting to lose track. Gonna work out. Oh, lost it. Nudged it to save one and knocked out the other. That's just my luck. So the way this table works, if you guys aren't familiar with it, if you want to score a crap ton of points, it's all about progression. Because as you go through either the Demogorgons or go through your modes, things get so much more valuable. It's like your 4th and 5th Demogorgon modes, you can score 500 million points on those modes alone. So the times I've got like the 1.5 to almost 2 billion point scores, it's because I cleaned house on some of the later modes farther in the game. It's all about progression. The farther you progress, the more successful you are with the monies. Love all the camera angles on this stream. Gives a great feel to the actual table experience. Well, thank you. Wanted to do as much as I could so you could see as much, because I mean, I could put one camera, but it's hard to, really understand what's going on. But you see the table overhead, which is great. You can see me smacking the table around. See me running my mouth. See the scoreboard when it's not freezing. Got the other view. It's not as dynamic. It's this little This is a little more for people that, you know, really want to see the scoreboard more than anything. We want to see what's going on that end. So those are my objectives. But I appreciate the compliment, Paul, as I just got slingshotted. Oh! Getting ready to fire one off and then boom. That's another good bonus. So what do we get? Alright, so we're at 800 million. We're on ball 2. Fingers crossed we might put up a billion point game. Just went on Stern and I see they have a JP home pinball for 4.5. Yes, have to discuss that with my husband. It's a good price. So it is a good price, but it's also not a good episode. It's all a matter of perspective. So let me change cameras so I can talk to you more seriously. So the thing about that JP Home Edition, it's a good game. Not going to say otherwise. It's a really good game. Great reviews. Differences between that and like what I've got in front of me and the normal quote-unquote Stern machines. So the JP Home playfield, everything, same exact size. So that's fine. The back box, shrunken down. So my scoreboard, what you see towards the right there in the middle, in front of me is a 15.6 inch display. On the Home Edition JP version is, I think, 8 inches, so it's smaller, which, depending on your eyesight, does or does not bother you. And secondly, not everybody's looking up at the scoreboard a whole lot. Most of the time you spend staring at the playfield, so that's that. It operates slightly differently, so the slingshots fire at the same time as opposed to independently. And same thing with the pop bumpers, they fire at the same time, which honestly, you'll never notice other than me telling you that. Those are some of the core differences. Also, it doesn't have a coin door. It's got a faux coin door, but like you don't put quarters in it. So I don't put quarters in mine, which is fine, but some people, for whatever reason, look at that as a detraction because I think in the back of their head, they think, well, if I wanted to, I could go put this in a bar and make money. But in reality, if you're buying a pinball machine, chances are you're not going to go put it in a bar, and you're not willing to, you know, let other people abuse your investment for the potential $200 in quarters you might make every 3 months or something like that. So $45.99 is the MSRP retail price on it. If you can find it, by all means, because last I knew they were sold out of them. They're not making any more until October of this year. So if somebody's got one in stock and you want it, grab it while the getting's good, because there's no more being made until October. But from everything I've heard, it's a fantastic game. It's a much more palatable investment than the normal Stern Jurassic Park Pro machine, which is $6,699. So you definitely save a couple of grand. It's not the same game as that one anyway, so it's a different table, different layout and everything, but overall, it's a good game. So Rich, I don't know which one you're talking about. The one Orange was asking about is $4,599. The normal Stern Jurassic Park Pro is $6,699. This Stranger Things, that's what the MSRP on that one is as well. But to put a bow on it, pinball machines are expensive regardless. No way, shape, or form about it. No way to say otherwise. They are expensive. They are hobby toys, but they're fantastic machines with all sorts of crazy technology. And once you lift the hood, so to speak, and look under the playfield, you kind of understand why these things are pricey, because there's a lot going on in them. Plus, they're made to, you know, withstand commercial abuse. These things are meant to get smacked around and not fall apart. Ooh, nice little nudge save there. Don't lose it. There we go. Oh, that was a cheap drain. Cheap drain. That left out lane just ate that. So here I was bragging, thinking I was going to get a billion-point game here. And we're now on to ball 3. And we're not at 900, so I got to make up 150 million points on this last ball to meet that objective. Oh, there you go. So he's had that pin in Star Wars home pin along with 7 other Stearns and JJP pins. If the home pin will be your first, then it's a good value for sure. There you go. That's about the best kind of feedback you could possibly get. So thanks for sharing, man. No kidding. Picked up a Rush LE. Well, congrats on that one. But yeah, that was that's an investment for sure. Granted, you know, I think you could probably flip it for close to 14 if you wanted to, because that's what I saw. As soon as it started hitting the market, people were trying to flip it for 14. But yeah, I hope you're enjoying your Rush LE. Home pin better than the JP home pin, if I'm honest. You'll have to clarify that one. Are you talking about the Star Wars home pin or the Jurassic Park home pin? Which one is your favorite there? Should probably try out the one you plan on buying. Yeah, I mean, if you can. The downside about the home pin is you're less, I mean, you're not going to find that in like a bar setting, since it doesn't have, you know, operational coin door or whatever. So you're not going to really be able to find that one out there in the wild. That one's going to be exclusive to people's basements, or you might get lucky and go to like a place like Texas Pinball Festival over the weekend and be able to play it there. But or, I mean, wherever you're buying, if you got a local distributor or a dealer in your area that sells pinball machines, call them up, say, hey, do you have anything in stock? They may or may not, but you know, definitely try it before you buy it if you can. But that one's probably going to be harder to try than others. But I mean, I don't know what your financial situation is, and I'm not asking, but I'm willing to bet $4,500 is expensive to pretty much everybody on the face of the planet, other than, you know, multi-millionaires. So anytime you're forking over that kind of cash, you know, try to get as much information, knowledge, questions answered as you possibly can, because it's a lot of money. I don't think anybody's really going to have buyer's remorse with it for the most part, but you know, maybe you don't love it as much as you think you do it. So it's one of those things like tattoos. I always tell people that want to get a tattoo is like, make sure you want that tattoo for 6 months and then go get it. Oh, there you go. Loves it. No plans on selling it. Yeah, Star Wars. Okay, so Star Wars. So I've heard that Star Wars, people say the Star Wars home pin is better than the Star Wars Pro model. I've heard that from people, which I've not been able to, you know, make my own assumption or, you know, decision on that one, because I haven't played the Star Wars home pin, but I thought that was, you know, high praise to say the least.
Lock is lit.
Glad to hear you though. You're liking your Rush LE. I like the side armor on that with the instruments. I thought that was beautifully designed.
I went to the morgue last night, Joyce.
How's your scoop protector doing on your LE? Were you part of the batch that had the cheapo protector that was getting crumpled, or were you safe from that? Oh, okay. Yep, no billion points. That was what I get for not paying attention. Dang it. Well, 916. So, I mean, not bad for casual.
A shadow grows in the wall behind you.
There you go. Yep. Then your head's in the right place there, Orange. You're doing everything right.
It's almost here.
I said, unfortunately, that one's going to be a hard one to find, to try it before you buy it, just because it's, you know, not going to be in a bar or a pinball hall or anything like that.
Did you hear that? That sound.
Yeah, I think
Boom.
just hoping and praying maybe a distributor or a dealer has one in their showroom that you might get to try before you buy. All right, so we played a couple games. Let's play. So whether you realize this or not, you can skip to the end and you can play the final showdown, which is the final wizard mode. And I'm just going to cheat and we're going to play it so you can see what it looks like. But it's, I think, 7 rounds, 7 different things you got to do. Let's see if we can finish it. Scoop is starting to show some wear after 500 games. So you got the Ninja Clamp scoop. Okay. That's the one that's made out of, I'm trying to remember, it's made out of something, PVC maybe? Not PVC, maybe. I'm getting the acronym wrong. It's like a hard rubbery type of thing. The Ninja Scoop thing. Because I was reading about it the other day.
Like it was before. It's
I've been somewhat keeping up with the stern drama on that scoop protector. You'll have to let me know though if you've heard anything new as far as like a formal.
Kill this thing, shoot it with fireballs. What is that thing? It's alive. What's that in the air? Where are we? Oh man, here they come. 11. Look out! Look out, you have company. Destroy, kill 5 more. Destroy, kill 3 more. Destroy, kill 1 more. Stop doing that. Mystery is lit.
A shadow grows on the wall behind you, swallowing your darkness. It is almost here.
What if it's the Demogorgon? Oh, Jesus, we're so screwed if it's the Demogorgon.
It's not the Demogorgon. Do you hear that? That sound. Boom. Boom. That didn't come from the chocolate.